to cry on.
Just let us put down a paper towel first. You get kind of snotty.
In films like The Boxer and In the Name of the Father, director Jim Sheridan has told stories of families torn apart by the troubles of Northern Ireland.
In his latest movie, he examines another family ripped apart by war, this time the war in Afghanistan.
Here's our review of Brothers.
What happened with you and Tommy?
We kissed, that's it. I missed you. I thought you were dead.
In Brothers, when Natalie Portman is told her husband, Tobey Maguire, is killed in Afghanistan, she forms a not-so-appropriate bond with his black sheep brother, played by Jake Gyllenhaal.
But here's the kicker. Maguire's not dead. And when he returns home, he finds Portman and Gyllenhaal have developed something of a relationship.
Regardless of what else you could say about the movie, Tobey Maguire's performance is outstanding.
When Tobey Maguire goes off to war, he's as sweet as Peter Parker. When he comes back, he's as creepy as Peter Parker with that black suit.
Maybe it's because he's been phoning in Spider-Man performances for so long, his acting muscles are just really well rested, but Maguire is amazing in this movie.
You know how much I love you! You know what Christ, you know what you know what I can do with these? Christ!
This scene is going to go down in history as one of the greatest cinematic freakouts of all time.
Jake Gyllenhaal is another actor who does a great job with what he's given, even though his character really isn't as deep as it should have been.
If you have trouble figuring out which one's considered the good brother and which one's the bad, just look for the neck tattoo.
I don't know when Jake Gyllenhaal became the most charming man in the world, but apparently he has attained that status.
Gyllenhaal and Portman don't really nail their scenes together leading up to Maguire's return, but that doesn't really matter, because the whole time you're just waiting for the confrontations that you saw in the trailer. And they're great.
Stop it.
You're just mad because Mom would rather sleep with Uncle Tommy than you. Isabel!
When Tobey Maguire comes home, you can tell how bad it's going to turn out from the trailers, so it's really, really tense the entire time. It's like a really not funny Meet the Parents with how uncomfortable it is.
The only disappointing performance is that of Natalie Portman, who seemed more like a babysitter than a military mom of two.
Maybe it's the fact that she's just too pretty, but it just doesn't work. She looked better in this movie than she did in Closer, and she was supposed to be a stripper in Closer.
She finds a lot of different gradations for sad. You know how the Eskimos have like 200 words for snow? Natalie Portman has a lot of words for sad.
Don't see this movie for the story, see it for the acting.
This movie could have easily been boring, but the solid performances make up for the cheesy script.
This is, for me, one of the best films of 2009.
After watching the trailer, I thought I had the whole plot figured out, but what actually happens ends up being a whole lot less entertaining than what my imagination had cooked up.
This movie hits all the necessary emotions, but it doesn't give them enough depth to make the movie really as compelling as it could be.
It's uneven at times, but great performances deliver on this emotionally charged premise.
Final Tomato Meter rating, 56%. All right, now when the sound